Have you ever felt invisible? Like someone else's drama is silently poisoning your peace? Not betrayal, not anger, just pure exhaustion. Stoic philosophers faced power, intrigue, betrayal, but they never lost their inner clarity. Today, you'll discover 8 classic traits of toxic people and the Stoic way to handle them with calm, control, and dignity. Stick till the final trait, because the last insight saved Marcus Aurelius from his own court's intrigue. It can do the same for you. Chronic complaining without action. Rather complain than change. They drain energy by spotlighting problems, never solutions. Stoic response. Pause. Set a boundary. Ask, are you seeking validation or real change? If they say change, ask, what specific step will you take today to begin that change? If there's no answer, walk away and protect your energy. Stoic practice is action-oriented. It does not ask about intention, but about action. Pause. Imagine their tone. You choose calm over absorbing their storm. Example. In a team meeting, your colleague complains for 10 minutes about poor processes but rejects every proposed solution. You ask once, what's your ideal fix? Silence. That's your cue to move forward, not get pulled in. Habitual blame shifting. Not my fault if you're upset. They never own their behavior, only redirect it. Stoic response. Take responsibility for your reactions, not their actions. You can't fix their blame, but you can guard your mind. Example. At home, a partner blames you for their bad day. At work, a peer blames you for miscommunication. You pause and say, I hear you're upset. I'm here to listen, but not to carry your accountability. Emotional manipulation and guilt. They guilt-trip boundaries, twist kindness into obligation. Stoic response. Diogenes of Babylon warned, emotional chains are subtler than iron ones. Stand firm. If thank you feels like pressure, say no instead. Your inner voice. Boundaries are courage, not cruelty. Example. A friend says, after all I've done, you won't help me move again. You reply, I care about you, but I have limits too. Constant drama. They create chaos, then blame others for reacting to it. Stoic response. Zeno taught, stability begins with restraint. You are not required to dance in their storm. Detach, observe, let them spiral alone. Your inner voice. Their crisis is not your responsibility. Example. A co-worker storms into the office, slams drawers, complains loudly. You stay focused. Later they say, why are you so cold? You answer, I choose focus over frenzy. Gaslighting and fact distortion. They deny, twist truth, make you question yourself. Stoic response. Marcus Aurelius wrote in private to stay true to facts. Journal, document, hold your truth internally and externally. Example. You recall a past promise clearly. They deny it, insist you imagined it. Instead of arguing, you calmly reference your notes, stay rooted in facts, and avoid reactivity. Tip for work. Record important facts and results via email. Avoid unnecessary phone calls that only waste your time. If something is crucial, your colleague will take the time and effort to record their thoughts via email. Anything else is just a waste of time. As a Chinese proverb says, talking doesn't cook rice. Disrespecting your time and energy. They cancel, demand last-minute favors, expect emotional labor, even when it drains you. Stoic response. Seneca said, "Associate only with those likely to improve you. Say no to emotional debt. Preserve your focus." Example, a client repeatedly reschedules last minute. You respond once. "Going forward, I'll need 24-hour notice to reschedule." Respect isn't given, it's modeled. Obsessive need for control. They micromanage, override your choices, and punish independence. Stoic response. Epictetus said, "Freedom begins where control ends. Don't argue, set limits. Say, I decide this part of my life." Your inner voice. Autonomy isn't selfish, it's sacred. Example, your manager overrides your decisions constantly. You calmly document your rationale, present it clearly, and set boundaries for future input. Firm, never forceful. Remember, those who excessively control others are not in control of themselves. Erratic and unpredictable behavior. They shift moods like weather, keeping you off balance, confused, and reactive. Stoic response. Cleanthes taught, "The wise man anchors himself, even in stormy seas. You can't predict them, but you can protect your peace." Your inner voice. You don't owe stability to someone who thrives in chaos. Example, one day they praise you. The next, they ghost or criticize. You stop guessing, you start detaching. Their inconsistency no longer shakes your core. Remember, you cannot counter irrationality with rationality. When the toxic person holds power. What if the toxic person is your boss or your parent? In those cases, confrontation isn't always wise, but strategy is. Stoic insight. Seneca wrote, "Wisdom sometimes means endurance, not defiance." Your tactical response. Document key interactions. Choose diplomacy over emotional reaction. Set subtle boundaries like, "Let me get back to you after I review this." Involve support systems if needed. HR, mentors, therapists. In such situations, patience and strategic thinking are your greatest allies. Focus on preserving your mental clarity while gradually building alternatives. Whether that's seeking new opportunities at work or redefining your role in family dynamics. Your inner voice. You don't have to fight every battle. You only need to win the war for your mind. Short-term reaction versus long-term strategy. Toxic people often repeat patterns. So don't just focus on one response. Build your system. Long-term Stoic strategy. Audit your environment. Build empowering relationships. Slowly reduce exposure to what drains you. Audit your environment not just for toxic individuals, but also for patterns that enable their behavior. Are there systems or habits you can change to reduce their influence? Remember, a lighthouse doesn't just resist the storm, it's built to thrive despite it. Marcus Aurelius said, "Choose your company as carefully as you choose your values." You're not just reacting, you're redesigning your life. A short story. The Man and the Storm. There was once a man who built a lighthouse by the sea. Each night, the storm returned. Waves crashed, winds roared, salt bit the stone. People said, "Why live here? Move inland. Spare yourself the torment." But the man replied, "I don't calm the storm. I strengthen the structure I live in." He reinforced his walls, cleared debris, repaired cracks before they widened. Day after day, year after year. And while others fled or fell, his lighthouse stood, not because the storm relented, but but because he became the kind of person who outlasted it. He lit the lantern each night, not for the storm, but for those still at sea. The Stoic doesn't escape chaos. He becomes the structure it cannot shake. You now see the 8 toxic behaviors most destructive, and the Stoic responses that defend your mind, your mission, and your peace. Stoicism teaches the external world cannot be controlled, but your inner world can be mastered. You choose clarity, you choose freedom, you choose inner strength. Like the man in the lighthouse, you are the architect of your own resilience. What walls will you strengthen this week to protect your peace? What light will you shine for others still navigating the storm? Comment below. I choose clarity over guilt, control, chaos. Then name one boundary you will set this week. Or simply share this video if you've ever chosen silence over self-sacrifice. You can't control toxic people, but you can control your peace. You don't sink with their chaos. You rise above it. Be stoic. Be steady. Be sovereign.